and laying down. And take a few breaths. Deep inhale, exhale out. Legs are hip width apart. The back of the neck is long. We create as much space as possible.
Glute activation.
From the rib cage to the hip bones. Lengthening through the midsection, lengthening through the top of the head. Rest your arms down by your sides and start lifting the hips off the ground for 1, for 2, 3, going for 10, 4, 5, 6, 10. And rest. Once you come to your resting position, you can take windshield wipers, moving the legs side to side. If you're wearing the band, it's an extra treat. So coming right off of hip bridges is a great time to begin to warm up your joints. You're already lying down on the ground.
This is a great time to do your ankle circles or ankle rotations. So just lifting one foot up and taking some circles around in one direction and then in the other. Good. About 5 rotations on each side. Flex the foot, press the heel out, lengthen through the knee. Good. And bend the knee, press down, try the other foot. Good. And start with circles in one direction 5 times. And go the other way. And then press the heel out with all your might, lengthening through the leg. Good. And bring it back down. Wrist circles.
Begin by bringing the arms up towards the ceiling and drawing circles around the wrist. See if you can do this without creating any tension in the shoulders. See if you can let the belly button just melt down to the floor. Change directions, feeling of ease. As we do this, warming up the fingers, moving the fingers, and just think, everything we do for our rotational training is circles. In our acronym, after wrists, we have hips. Right here in this position, we go back to the windshield wiper shape, except stepping the legs a little wider apart.
Hip rotation.
That same side-to-side motion. And what happens here is that each individual leg gets both an internal rotation and an external rotation. Same thing here. See if you can do this with your shoulders and neck relaxed, creating good separation between what's happening in the legs and what's happening in the hips. Try a few repetitions where just the legs move and the hips just stay static. The next rotation we can practice here is the thoracic rotation.
Thoracic rotation.
My favorite thoracic exercise is cat up inners. So you stack both legs one on top of the other, letting the head hang to the floor, getting a nice long stretch of the neck. Stack one hand on top of the other. Take the top hand up towards the ceiling and start watching your hand as you rotate the torso, keeping your arm exactly by your side, but letting the arm reach the floor and close. You can take as long as you'd like with these. Let's do 3 all together. Inhale, make sure that you're breathing. When you exhale, maybe something lets go. And you have one more. From here, as that top shoulder starts reaching the floor, let the shoulder bring the ribs over to the other side and the ribs bring the hip. And that'll allow you to easily step both feet down to the floor, bringing your hands back to the hip bones. Take some recovery breaths. At any time, pause the video if you need a little more. If you ever need more time in one of these stretches, just pause the video. No big deal. Take it over to the other side. And we have the same can openers. Letting the neck stretch, top of the head, one hand stacked as we open, 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 open. And close again. And I'm counting as 4. But again, maybe you want to do some slow ones and only do 2 today. Maybe you want to join us and do the 4. Maybe you pause the video and just spend a little extra time in your twist. One more. And this last one is bringing us back to the floor. Shoulder arrives. Relax the body. Let that same shoulder bring the same rib. Rib brings the hip. Hip brings the legs. Notice how your body feels on the ground right now. Notice what's achy or tense. And let's get up.
Standing section.
Bend both knees. And keeping your eye on that focal point, see if we can just start shifting the weight from one leg
Or activation.
to the other in a nice wide stance. Now here we're limbering up the feet and warming up the muscles and joints in the legs. But more importantly, can we keep our sternum right above our belly button, pubic bone? That requires the recruitment
Core stability.
of all the muscles in the core. Not just the ones you do when you do the abdominals at the gym, but the ones that are going to help you have the best game. You don't want to fatigue these muscles. From here, this is going really well. You can start bringing one heel up and transfer weight up. If you still don't feel this in the core, that's when maybe you're ready to float the foot off the floor. Maybe bring the knee forward. Good. Draw the navel to the spine. Place the foot back down. Good. Keeping our markers stacked. Sternum over pubic bone. Maybe with your arms relaxed. And take it to the other side. Now, narrowing the stance. Shift the weight one leg up. Hold here. 10 seconds. 9, 8, keep going. And transfer weight. Keeping everything stacked. Good. All right. And from here, we can continue on with your hip rotations. So taking the hips around. Good. And then take them in the other direction. Great.
Shoulder stability activations.
Putting gentle pressure on the band. We take it up as high as it can go, where we can keep that beautiful open shape at the chest. Everyone is different, and my edge is about here. From here, straighten the arms as much as possible. Pinky side of the hands to the floor. And from here, keeping the chest open, and take tiny little lifts here for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Let's add on if you're up for it. Turn the palms up, keeping the chest open now. We also don't want the shoulders to fall back. And that might be the joint moving, or it could be us flaring our rib cage. From here, can we press out, keeping the elbows by our sides, external rotation. Let's go for 10 more. And 10, 9, you got it. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I hope you're feeling that in the shoulders.
Upper body rotations.
Holding the yoga block between the palms, you find that nice open position we talked about earlier. Bring the block up to that highest point, that highest sticking point, where we know we would lose our shape and our form. That is our most stable shoulder. From there, take the block to your right, as far as it goes, and then to your left, without taking your eyes away from that focal point. You're going to feel so much work happening through your abdominals. Let's finish and take about 4 more here. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. For the next one, we need to combine an external rotation with the arm coming across the body. So bringing the block up to that sticking point. This time, as you take the block over to one side, start squeezing the elbow into the body. You're going to feel a tremendous stretch in the back of the trailing arm, and your leading arm is getting a gorgeous external rotation. Take it to the other side. Right. Now bending that leading arm into the body. Good. And taking the other side. Good. Now see how my arm's kind of coming up? We want to avoid that using the lats. Now this movement is taking my rib cage for a little spin. And why don't we just enjoy that as a thoracic rotation? Good. And then putting it all together, we go into some more ballistic type training, right? Coming to the end of that range, right? Some gentle power training, right? Before you even get onto the driving range. Good. Let's give it a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that's the end of that.
Thanks for watching.